Thank you very much, Chairman Corker, and thank you both for coming before the committee again. President Obama has expressed his support for the ratification of the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, and many arms control experts believe that the past opposition to this treaty is no longer valid, and I agree with that. In the past, some believed that live testing might be necessary to ensure the reliability of the U.S. stockpile. Some also were skeptical that the treaty could not be enforced because rogue nations might test weapons clandestinely and do that underground. My understanding is that the arms control expert consensus is that those concerns are no longer valid, and I would like to seek your judgment on these matters. First, the national labs, using science-based models, have developed the life extension programs to maintain our stockpile. Much of this work occurs in New Mexico at the two national labs there, Sandia and Los Alamos. We have some of the best scientists in the world at our national labs. Yesterday, the administrator of the National Nuclear Administration, General Klotz, said he's confident in our deterrent and that the life extensions program's ability to maintain the stockpile without testing. And I believe all of the national lab directors concur with this assessment. Do you both share the confidence in science-based life extension programs and the technology means, and that the technology means that live testing of nuclear weapons is not needed for our national security?
Yes, Senator.
Yes.
Yes.
You want to expand on that at all, or shall I fire away with another question here?
Well, I will just comment quickly that at the time this body last reviewed the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty in 1999 for ratification and failed to give its advice and consent. At that point, stockpile stewardship, science-based stockpile stewardship was a newborn baby and had not yet been developed. And in the ensuing decade and a half, it has made enormous strides. And just as Administrator Klotz noted yesterday, it is providing high confidence now that we can sustain and maintain our nuclear arsenal without explosive nuclear testing. So we are at a much different place with science-based stockpile stewardship, and it's well worth a relook at its capability.
Great. The national labs have also developed cutting-edge, sophisticated sensors and monitoring devices, including satellite technology, to monitor the globe for a nuclear test and thus prevent the proliferation of nuclear materials. Given these capabilities, are you confident that we can detect a nuclear test using existing technology so that the treaty would be verifiable and enforceable? And can you briefly outline how this technology helped us understand the latest North Korean test?
Yes, and I believe my colleague can join me in saying yes. Again, back in 1999, the international monitoring system was but a gleam in the eye of those who had put the treaty together, and it was not yet deployed. The international monitoring system is an international system of monitors, seismic, radiological, infrasound, all around the world, many, many countries participating. And our laboratories participate in preparing the technology and helping to put the technology in place at the various sites. The bottom line is that this system is already proving its worth. Within a very few hours, it had detected the nuclear explosion, the latest test in North Korea, and had provided the first assessment to the international community. The great value of this system is that it is in the service of the entire international community, as well as the CTBTO and the CTBT system. So that's one point I'd really like to underscore, but you're quite right, Senator, that the labs are also constantly working on upgrading and improving our own national technical means. So we do not have to depend on the IMS. We have, in addition, an entire layer of monitoring capability constantly refreshed by technological developments that are implemented by our national laboratories.
Yeah. Secretary Countryman, do you have anything to add there?
No, sir, my boss is the expert here.
Okay. Could you also comment, I mean, we have the Iran agreement that we've entered into, and I think a lot of the same things I talked about in terms of the sensors, the monitoring, have allowed us to have a confidence level, I believe, in that agreement that normally, if you go back 10 or 20 years, we wouldn't have had that kind of confidence level because we've built up the science and we've worked very hard to do that. Would you agree with that?
I would just add that under the Joint Comprehensive Program of Action, the ability of the International Atomic Energy Agency to inspect and verify and monitor activities in Iran exceeds anything that has been done in Iran before, and in fact exceeds the standard for virtually any other member of the NPT. It relies crucially upon more advanced technologies, many of them developed by the same national laboratories that you've described. And it is one of the reasons why that kind of advanced technology needs to be applied more widely, not only in Iran, but by the IAEA and other countries.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And I would just note, we were honored to have a visit from Chairman Corker several years back to the national laboratories, and we had an extensive couple of days where we explored all of these issues and were able to have a very good exchange, and we were really honored to have him there.